What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's beautiful project. Just want to check if that opened. Today's beautiful project. This is the GMC S15 Syclone pickup truck. Looking absolutely incredible. We're going to be taking this one onto the drag strip today to see how well the truck can do on the drag strip. We did the pre-runner of this GMC first, and we took it around the off-road track because that was a big jacked up off-road beast. This one's a pickup truck. We're going to be putting it on to the drag strip, see how well it can do compared to our other vehicles. And with that, a V6 twin-turbo rear-wheel drive motor, we might be able to do all right with this one. It's only got 280 factory horsepower, so it's not going to be breaking any land speed records today. But we should be able to get something decent on the drag strip. Did I get a good deal? Absolutely not. I bought it for 16,284 and could sell it for 12,557, losing out on 3,727 from this beautiful truck before we even begin. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Let's just jump in very quickly and have a look at the body shop for the S15. We have already seen it when I built the pre-runner. Obviously, now we're going to be looking at the Syclone stuff. So we've got multiple bed options for the Syclone. I'm 100% not sure what we're going for on that. Maybe the one with a big wing on it, considering we are doing a drag build. We shall see a little bit later on. There's some standard Syclone only parts, things like that. So we've got to make sure we get all the parts right when we go in. It's just a bit of fun to play around with. So that's what we're going to be working on today, this lovely little beast. Oh, we do have most of the engine, so that shouldn't be too bad. Don't forget the competition. Not for that one. The Emden Jaeger closes on Wednesday. So if you did want to get an entry in, do pick pace up a little bit. You want to get it in by Wednesday, 10 p.m. at GMT UK time, whatever you want to call it. That's the deadline for it, with the winner announced the following day at 10 p.m. again. But enough of that. Let's get into this beautiful GMC truck. Let's get it into the car wash. Let's get this absolutely filthy truck cleaned up. Here we are then in the car wash with the Syclone. Let's get it cleaned and see what's going on underneath that dust and grime. I think it's white, because that looks white there, is it? It is, with a black door. And obviously the bed cover's a bit black on there as well, looking quite nice. Ideal. Let's get the interior done. Get this beast back on the lifter. Get the engine ripped out of there. And start stripping everything down. First things first, let's check for that oil pan. There is an oil pan there. I couldn't quite see it, so let's get all of that drained out. See if this truck's been well looked after or not. Not as the case may be. There was quite a bit in there, though, so we'll see how that goes a bit later on. Let's see what we've got going on in here, then. We already know it's twin turbo. Absolutely fantastic. But we need to get this drive shaft out of here. So out you come. The first rusty bolt of today. Nice and easy, out you come there. And no rusty bolts at the back. I do like that. Then we need to get the gearbox out. And that lovely little starter just down there with another rusty bolt. Out you come. And let's get this big old gearbox out of here. No rusty bolts on that one. That's what we like to see. We will grab these front exhaust sections as well. And it's four-wheel drive. Didn't even see that it was four-wheel drive. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So we'll grab that front drive shaft out of there as well. Let's get this beast back on the ground and get that engine ripped out of there. And see what's going on inside that engine bay. Over you go, crane. Let's hope I did all of this right. Yes, nice and easy. That is what we like. Out you come. And let's see what we've got going on in here then. Straight into the ABS pumper module. Do have an air filter with all of the clips. That's what we like. Wishy-washy reservoir and a brake servo just there with the fuse box tucked inside the dashboard, I want to say. Does look like it. We shall see a bit later on. Then we've got a radiator with a fan housing kit, power steering reservoir, a small intercooler just tucked in there. Give us a bit more power later on. Coolant reservoir and the battery. Down the back, we've got the fuel tank and fuel pump. So it does all look complete. If I could get back up to the front anywhere, you're going to let me? There we go. That'll do it. Scoot back up to the front. And let's just double check, make sure there is nothing missing. It doesn't look like it. That looked like it was already there. That's what we like. Now we want to drain. There's some beautiful liquids out of this car. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just tucked in down there. You know the drill by now. Right click, additional tools, drain tool. Click and hold on whichever container you fancy draining the liquids out of, and it will pull them all out. Nice and simple. Only get the rest of this all cleared out, including all of that suspension, and then we'll get everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded before we come back and work on this beautiful bodywork. Well, that's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on our little Syclone with its black door. That will soon be rectified. So let's start tearing this one down and see what's what on here. Lovely little floating headlight there. Out with that front bumper. Anything else on there? That lovely piece. Doesn't look like it. Out with the windshield. Off with the door. Is that rear clamshell one whole piece? It is. Okay. Just the rear bumper and the other rear clamshell on there. There's 2 rear clamshells apparently on this one. That's all of the bed off, I believe. Door, out you come. And that's possibly it. We'll check that in a second. First off, though, let's get this interior out of here. I think we're going to put the Nissan seats in it today, or the 370Z seats, 350, whichever one it is, because we do have that Nissan engine going in there, so it should all fit. But anyway, is that everything? 1% on there? No, car part 1. What was car part 1? Give me a moment. I will figure that out, and I'll be right back. I did exactly the same thing when we had the pre-runner. I should have really remembered it. It's quite an easy one. Car part 1 is the center console. Lovely little piece just dotted in there. There we go. Now that should be everything. Nothing on there. 1% on there. Absolutely fantastic. I forgot to check frames at 31%. And we bought it for a little over 16,000. What do we reckon? Can we remember what the pre-runner was? I can't. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go 1,000, and it's going to be off by quite a bit. Oh, 500. Not off by that much. We did take a quick look at the body shop earlier, and we've also seen at the body shop when we did the pre-runner. So let's just get this beast all back together, ready to go. We may change a few bits. We'll talk back through it more when I start putting this one back together before we take this one into the paint shop. Let's get our beautiful little Syclone truck all back together then, ready to head into the paint shop. And I will tell you, I am using a new beta version of the Quality of Life mod today. Hopefully it doesn't mess too many things up, and hopefully we can do some cool stuff with some painting a bit later. Let's just start getting our truck all back together. On with the standard hood. Then we've got the lovely Syclone fenders on there. On you go and on you go. Looking wild. Bit wider, stick out a little bit further, just look quite good. For the front end, we kept it with the pretty standard front end where it's all paintable, even the grille. You can get these in chrome and different things like that. I want ours to be all paintable, looking pretty good. We went with the headlight C on there, looking pretty nice. And then for the front bumper is the pickups only front bumper. Definitely fits in with this truck really, really well. In with that windshield that is just what it is. For the car part 1, which is the center console part, I went for this bit here that's got the full roll cage in it. Just because we're building a drag truck, might be a little bit extreme. Hopefully later on, we can get this roll cage painted a color without doing too much to that center console piece. We shall see. It's all about testing and finding out at the moment. On with the lovely Syclone doors, windows, and the mirrors we went for some a little bit thinner, just a little bit more aerodynamic on there, looking quite good. In we go with the other door, other window, and that other mirror. On you go, and let's nip around. Let's get the rear window in first. Now, bed options. There are a few to play around with. I've still got some on me. We did try this one here. It just looked a little bit too much. I'm not a big fan of that spoiler. It looks just a little flat and a little weird in my opinion. So I didn't want to go with that one, so we decided to swap it. And the one I'm going to go for is the H one. I did also look at the J one as well. The J one's got massively wide wheel tubs in there. So if you want to do a big custom build, drag build with massive wheels at the back, that's definitely the one you want. But we're not going for that one. We're sticking with the Syclone one, going for the H one, just with a flat bed cover on there. Looking quite good. Then we got the little rear left door. On you go. What else have we got? So then we've got the rear clamshell, which we've gone for the one that's got the little lip spoiler on it because we're not using that big spoiler. That's why I had 2 of them on me there. Then for the rear tail lights, we just went for the pickup only with the white outline, which to me implies that it's going to be paintable. That's what it implies to me. So when we paint the truck, it should fit in. And then for our lovely rear bumper, just went for the standard Syclone rear bumper on there. Looking pretty good so far. It's going to look better once we get a livery on it and everything like that. So let's get inside. I did say I was going to swap the seats to the 370Z seats. A bit of a racing style, you know, harness style seats and things like that. They're going to fit it really well. Maybe we can do something with the colours a little bit later on. And the steering wheel, I just kept it with the Bolt Reptilia R2 steering wheel. It does kind of fit a drag truck vibe on there. Looking very good. Is that everything? No, it's not because we haven't got the license plates on yet. So let's put them on. And I just went for my VM plates with Syclone on them. We've just got a bit of Syclone written everywhere on this truck. There we go. That's the plates on. Now is it everything? Let's go into normal mode. 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get this beast into the paint shop. Well, this is the base colour we're going to go for on our beautiful Syclone today. I'm loving a bit of matte blue. Very, very nice colour. And the French Toast has done a fantastic job with these Syclone and Typhoon liveries. They're very similar. One just says Syclone and one says Typhoon. Even a little bit at the back there with a grey undertone. Or you can have it transparent so it just still fits in with the rest of the body. And then I decided I wanted to change one for my own. So I made a white one. This isn't available for all of you guys. This is just one I've custom color changed. I haven't really customized a lot. I just changed the color of the gray into a white. And that's what we're going to go for on our beautiful Syclone truck today. My goal is to try and use as little black as possible, especially now I've got the beta version of the quality of life mod. Obviously, there are going to be some parts that are going to be black. For example, some of this interior is going to stay quite dark. That spoiler, I don't think I can do much with that if I want the rear bed at the rear door to be blue. I think I'm just going to have to leave that one black. But my goal is to all the bits that I normally would just paint black because they don't go anything else, to not do that on this one today. We're going to go absolutely crazy wild. And one of my biggest goals is to not use any black on that engine if we can at all avoid it. So that's what I'm going to try and figure out for this beautiful Syclone today. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments once you've seen this one go back together. Did I do it justice or not? So now I've got to get everything painted and start getting our truck reassembled. We've got everything painted on our beautiful Syclone truck, looking absolutely fantastic. I have got a few bits extra changed, and with the new beta version of the quality of life mod, these seats, the piping looks absolutely fantastic in black and white on them. Absolutely amazing. And obviously we've got a bit of white on that steering wheel as well. You will notice that the hood is off. It will be going back on a little bit later. I've just done something quite cool to it. I think you guys might enjoy it. But anyway, let's get it up in the air. Let's start getting some of this back together, starting with our shocks. We've got that lovely matte blue, matte white, and matte blue on the shocks there. They are looking very, very good. Pleased with them. But let's get in and start getting some of this all together. I am just going to skip through it again. Obviously, might do that little ensemble where I show you a few bits being bolted in. But we will just throw in the small intercooler because these don't have a metallic shine on them anymore. And I'm so happy about it. We've done that one in a matte white, and it should fit in with the rest of the engine bay when we come to that a little bit later on. And then we'll just get the cross member in. That is also in a lovely matte white. Now I'm going to crack on, get both front and back all together, show you a few little clips, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Just got to put the brake drum on the top. There we go, in a lovely red. And that is that all finished. Looking absolutely fantastic. We've got a few tiny splashes of red down at the back. Lots of little bits of blue in there. And then that white cross member, or right leaf spring, rear drive axle, whatever you want to call it. Looking fantastic. And then if we jump up the front, if I could get up there, it is looking very good in there. The only bit that doesn't have like a new texture on it, or the only two bits, are the front drive axle. We've done that in a red, but obviously if we do the same as what we did for everything else, the little rubbery bits would have gone a shiny red as well. We didn't quite want that. And obviously this steering rack, that's got the little black bits on it still, but looking very good. We've got the brake calipers looking in a nice color with a fully paintable overlay. Absolutely fantastic. Even the front wheel hub is on there in a lovely red, looking very good. And that beautiful sway bar end link, no longer shiny. We've got that one just in a matte white, looking very good on there. Very pleased with that. I think it all looks absolutely fantastic. But we do need to make our way down the back. We need to get the rest of the suspension all finished. But let's get the fuel tank in a lovely blue with the fuel pump in just a cheeky little white on there. And that's it for the minute. I'm going to crack on, get the rest of the suspension all finished. Then we'll come back and sort out this engine bay. And we've got some cool little bits in there with the new update for the quality of life, along with then going to build that engine. And it is looking absolutely fantastic today. I hope you guys are going to absolutely love it. So I shall see you in just a moment. I absolutely love what Metzi's done with the new painting structure with the quality of life mod. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait for everyone at home to be able to play with this exactly the same. This looks absolutely stunning to me. All the colours match. The only one's a little bit different is the fuel tank, but I could have made it the same as everything else, but you'd have lost all the textures on it. It looks a bit funny, whereas everything else looks absolutely fantastic. Still like the fuel tank, though. What do you guys think of the new sort of colours that we're coming up with from that quality of life mod? Looking absolutely fantastic. But let's move on. Let's get this engine bay all sorted, starting with the battery. And then we've got a cheeky little coolant reservoir in there. In you go. Over this side, brake servo, wishy-washy reservoir. And then we've got an ABS pump in here, and that is white and not shiny. That is absolutely fantastic. I love it. The module on top is in a lovely blue. And again, not shiny. We're not having to force things to go shiny to make them match anymore. I've realised I forgot something over here, which is the power steering reservoir. In you go. Then we get the air filter in. Now this, you could have got this level of stuff before. So let's just get all of this in a lovely white with some beautiful blue clips on there. Just finishing that one off. looking very nice. In you go, in you go, and in you go. Now, one of my favorite pieces of this whole change to the quality of life mod is the radiator can go white. And I think that looks pretty good in a white. You're still keeping all the detail as well. We've got bits of grey on the outside, but that looks absolutely fantastic. Then we've got the fan housing kit, which we've done in a blue, and the fan itself is in a white, and you don't have to force chrome it anymore. And the fan housing kit apparently is not come out blue for whatever reason. So bear with me a second. I'm going to sort that one out, and I'll be right back. There we go. Now the fan housing kit's in a lovely blue. We're looking at pretty good. And there are still a few bugs. And that's why we're beta testing it, to iron out all of these little bugs. So when you guys get it, you don't have little things like that happening where it shows you it's blue, but doesn't come out in blue. And that's why we beta test. I say we. I am absolutely no part of this. I just get to play with it and let Betsy know things that are happening that probably shouldn't be. But there we go. I love that engine bay. I think it looks absolutely fantastic in there. Loving all the blues and the whites without any shininess. And my front bumper has changed to white. Again, that's probably something to do with one of the little bugs that will definitely, hopefully, be ironed out. I'll get that sorted as well. And then, I'll sort that one out a little bit later. For now on, though, I don't know why I put that away. I'm going to need it in a second. We need to go and build that beautiful, beautiful engine. And as you can see, I've got everything white, and it looks absolutely fantastic all in white. I'm very pleased with that. We have got this side all finished with a splash of red on there, but we'll get to that in just a minute. One of the reasons I've kept all of that on is because you can't see anything in here, really. That's why you shouldn't paint things white, but I love white as a colour. I think it's absolutely fantastic. What you've got underneath here, then, is you've got two camshafts stuck underneath. Oh, sorry, camshaft and a rocker arm. Then you've got the camshaft cap B. Then you've got another rocker arm. And then you've got 4 camshaft caps on top of there, along with the 3 spark plugs. Now, I need to get all of this in where I can barely see it. So wish me luck, and I'll be back in a second. And that's that all in. So let's move on to the front. And first off, we've got timing cover D in a lovely blue on there. Let's get you all bolted in. I missed the bolt. There we go. Then we've got some cam gears. On you go, on you go, in you go, and in you go. That's 4 of them in total, 2 different styles. You've got a lovely timing change just sitting underneath them. In they go, and in they go. Then we should have a... Oh, we've got the water pump in first. In with the water pump. Didn't paint that one because it's going to be covered up. Then we've got a lovely big old timing chain going around it with a pair of shoes in there. One there and one just down here. Then we get another cover on top. And obviously I've done that other cover in top in the white. So let's just get you all bolted in. Lots of bolts on this one. There we go. That's that all in. Then we've got the crankshaft pulley, not black. I've managed to get it blue and matching in, and I'm so happy with it. Alternator is also in the same matching blue. Very good on there. And the power steering pump is also in that lovely blue with the little dots of red on it, just for some good measure. Then we've got the idle rollers. We've even gone for the full blue on these as well, and they're looking absolutely fantastic. Loving them. In you go, and in you go there. We've got some other covers on the top, these beautiful timing cover C's. We've also done these in the blue, keeping with that blue and white theme on there. All bolted in you go. Then we've got the 17 belt, and I've done it in a red because why not? We've got a few splashes of red going on, including the rocker arm camshaft caps, that's the one, in there. We've got the belt tensioner in a lovely blue, in you go. And then the oil pan is also in a blue underneath, looking absolutely fantastic. Let's get you all bolted in. My voice is just starting to crackle a little bit. I'm feeling just a little bit under the weather, but we're all good. Engine head covers. These are in a white because you can with the new update. They're absolutely fantastic, and I'm loving it. Ignition coils are in a blue because you can, and you don't have to force chrome them. Again, looking absolutely fantastic. I really am so pleased with this new quality of life update, and I really cannot wait for you guys to get it, play around with it, and see what you guys come up with as well. Some absolutely fantastic builds. I'm looking forward to some competitions coming on their way to see what you guys create. Fuel filter, we've done that one in a red, same red as the camshaft caps and the belt on there, looking very good. Intake manifold is in that beautiful blue. In we go. Let's get you all bolted up and on. Then we've got the fuel rails. They're both in that matching red. Absolutely fantastic on there if I press the button and make it go. And then we've got the intake manifold on top in a fantastic white. Looking beautiful. Love that. Could have done that one before, so that's no real change. It's just you can get it all to match absolutely perfectly now. And I'm so, so happy with it. And then we've got a bit of blue and a little bit of plastic red. That's a new part. We'll talk about that one a little bit later on. Because we've got the engine head cover, and that's also got a 2-tone effect on it, and it is looking beautiful. So what you can do with this, with some of the old quality of life mod stuff, you could do like paint section 1, paint section 2, paint section 3, that kind of thing. Same principle. Now you can go into plastic red is one of the painting settings, and then click through until you get the bit that goes red that you want to. You can't always get it exactly as you want it, but you will always be able to get something. Now, what we've done with the engine cover on here is it is a blue, but it's a carbon fiber blue, and I absolutely love this. So you can pick the carbon fiber texture, same as you can pick a plastic red. Then you can click through like option 1, 2, and 3 and get the bits you wanted. Like we could have this bit carbon with these bits blue. You know, multiple different ways of getting it in, but that's the one I've gone for. I think it looks absolutely beautiful on there. And then we've got our turbo exhausts on here in the magnificent blue, looking absolutely fantastic. I was going to try and go a bit of the red on that one, but I couldn't get the one I wanted, so we just went with an all-out blue, and it is looking very good. There we go, in you go. We've got one more piece to go in, which I very nearly forgot, which is the oil filter in there, just in a cheeky white. Blending all of that in, I think that looks absolutely fantastic. So let's get it dropped in the car, truck, pickup truck, whatever you want to call it. And my being an idiot putting the crane away, I don't know why, just one of them things. So let's get you back and let's get this engine dropped into the car and then get the crane put away for the third time today, in all honesty. Oh, that's looking so good, especially with the carbon fiber. I'm absolutely loving that. That is looking amazing. I love the whites in there, just really adding some definition, and that radiator with the white on the top. I really am pleased with what's happening here. It looks fantastic. Now, should we put the hood on? Let's get the hood on now. The reason I've left the hood off so far, I still haven't fixed that bumper yet, is because it says it's blue, but it's see-through. We've got it in a glass setting on the paint, so it goes completely see-through. You can see all the engine through it, all the little white bits, all the blue in there. That is absolutely fantastic. Really love that little style. It's a touch I'm going to use probably quite often, because we do like to make our engines look awesome, and then be able to see them is pretty cool when you can have a see-through hood. Anyway, let's get the truck in the air. Let's get these last few bits on and ready to go, and then I can go and fix that bumper for the second time. I won't lie, but there we go. So in with our lovely exhausts. They are all in that fantastic blue. Let's get it all in there. Then we've got the gearbox to go in. That's also in a blue, but this is the plastic red part as well, so you get all these little bolts bit on red. You could also get this bit to go red and this bit to go red in a different setting. Not what I was going for. It was a bit too much, so we just went with the bolts on the end just for a splash of that. Scroll in. Then we got the starter, which is in that sort of darker red that the matching in with the rest of the reds on there. We do have a front drive shaft. I'm not sure about this one, but it is four-wheel drive, so I guess it doesn't make sense. Then we got the main drive shaft. I've just done that one in a white, looking quite good. I just wanted a bit more white for underneath. You'll see why in just a little while. But let's get the rest of the exhaust all in. In you go there, and then in you go there, and that rear muffler on you go. And then let's jump down and walk out. This is why I wanted it white, because it's very bland in the middle there. We've got plenty of white to keep it all separated with this blue exhaust going through. Very, very good. Pleased with that one. So let's get you back on the ground. We got some windows to tint, some liquids to top up. Then we can get some beautiful wheels done, fix that bumper, and get this beautiful truck outside in the sun. Just about to paint the last wheel, and I wanted to show you my new favourite bit about the Quality of Life Beta, and that is this gives you access to the paint shop. So I can go in and paint my rims without having to leave the garage. And I'll just quickly show you the new sort of style in here. Paint everything, mixed 1, mixed 2. That's how you can change through all the settings. And then if you go down the bottom, fully paintable. A few different modes on that one. Then you've got carbon fibers, a few different weaves for the carbon fibers. Chrome plated, full chrome, aluminium, steel black. That's the plastic red one I was telling you about. That's the red. It's a fixed red, but you can paint everything else around it. We've even got wood textures, leather textures, Alcantara textures. There's the glass textures, and it even works on the rims if you want it to. And then we're back to the beginning. So let's just get my rim painted how I'm going to do it. I'm in a mixed 2, and then we're going back. I've already got my color preset there. Let's just get that one on. Looking absolutely fantastic. There we go. I'm going to go get that rim on, and we'll get the truck outside in the sun. Well, here's the beautiful GMC Syclone truck. All finished, looking absolutely fantastic. I have changed the colours of French Toast's beautiful liveries in there, or one of the liveries in there anyway. Just added white instead of grey. There is a grey one available, transparent, and you've got the same for the Typhoon as well in the normal one. And then we've gone for this glass hood, thanks to the Quality of Life mod, and it is absolutely fantastic. I really do love this because you can just see the engine in there without that much effort, and I really enjoy that. I really, really enjoy that. But let's talk about these rims. I kept the 16, but I went for the rim at 16A, so we could get just a little bit of the two-tone effect in there. I would have loved it if we could have got them white. I'm not trying to suggest that you need to do more, Metzi, But that would have been fantastic if we could have got that in there. Never mind. Anyway, the front rims here, we've gone for a small rim at the front with not much room, well, plenty of room, should I say. These are in an 18-inch rim, sorry, with a 245 width and a 35 profile on there. And that new paint on that brake caliper looks absolutely fantastic in there. Down the back, we are a little bit bigger. We've gone for a 19-inch rim at the rear with a 245 width and a 45 profile, just to give it a bit more of that sort of slanted lean. It's not much, but just a little bit, especially as we are going to be drag racing this absolute beast of a truck today. Let's get inside, though. I love this interior. That new, the piping around the edge is just perfect in black and white. I absolutely love that. Plus, there's a little bit of red on there to go with just a little bit of red that we've got everywhere else on this build. And you do even have it on the doors as well. Absolutely fantastic. Loving it. This is beautiful. Excellent work by Payne as normal. But let's get this one started and hear that beautiful V6 twin turbo. That's not bad. Give it some gas. Not much turbo whistle on that one, is there? If any at all. But there we go. Still sounding pretty mean at the top end. Let's get this beautiful Syclone onto the dyno. See what its drag racing and what its horsepower will be today. Well, here we are then on the dyno with the GMC Syclone. 280 factory horsepower from that twin turbo V6 in there. This is four-wheel drive as well. How much have we increased it by today? And what is its drag rating? A gain of 183. Not the best, but bear in mind we didn't have any intercoolers. We don't even have a ECU on this one today to tune or anything like that. So only a 66% gain. Not the best, but it does bring us up to 463 horsepower from this little pickup truck. Drag rating of a B, 383, quite low, but it should make the races just that little bit more interesting. I am quite liking them when they're a little bit slower. Every now and then, don't get me wrong, I do like some top speed, but it's just nice every now and then. Let's have a look at the gearbox tuning setup for this truck. This is what we've gone for today, and I'm not even sure if it's the best. It's just something I could get that sort of works to get it up to a relatively decent speed at the top end. So 3.68 ratio, 50 kilometers an hour in first gear. Now, normally we aim for like 90, 100, 110 in first gear. But this one's only going up towards the 242 kilometers an hour mark. Don't even think it'll get there. I think it just gets a little over this, if we're honest, maybe up to about 220-ish. Obviously, no ECU, no carburetors. So let's just get this beast over to the drag strip, see who we're up against, and try and win a tournament. Well, here we are on the drag strip, ready to go into the King of the Sands with our GMC Syclone. So let's go, only in the B category. So let's get into that one. It's nearly at the top, but not quite. How much is this one to enter? Lovely 800, not too bad at all. Who have we got in with us today? Let's have a look. King Slowpoke in the Ford Mustang RTR-X. Pretty epic in there. Jackal is in the Honda S2000. Pretty cool, the wide body variant, like in that. Country Thang's in a Ford F100 Slammed. None of these seem overly, too much, because normally what I'm compared to, although the stock car might be a bit extreme, but we shall see about that one. Let's get into our first race, which is against the lifted Jeep Cherokee, which theoretically shouldn't be that good on the drag strip. It's truck versus truck for the first race. We got the lifted Jeep Cherokee. Shouldn't be good on the drag strip, but we shall see. Versus our lovely GMC Syclone with that beautiful kit and livery on it. Absolutely loving that one. Let's get into it and try and beat the Jeep. I don't think we're going to break any land speed records, but let's go. Come on, GMC. Off the line. Bit of a jump, but it's straight into first, second, then into third, and then into fourth gear. Where are we? Oh, the lifted Jeep is actually winning as it stands at the moment. Are we going out in the first round again? I don't believe it. I'll be so disappointed if we do, but we will do two other 1v1s just to see what we're doing. Let's get into top gear. Bye, Jeep. I didn't think you were going to be that fast, if I'm being brutally honest. I thought you'd be better off-road than you are on the drag strip. But there we go. We are going to lose our first race, which puts us 800 credits down straight away. But let's get across the finish line and see what sort of times we get. What speed did we get as well? Let's have a look. So we did the quarter of a mile in 13.415. Actually not that bad. I was expecting a little worse. The 1 mile in 35.150 seconds. With a top speed of 219 kilometers an hour. And yes, we've gone out beautifully in the first round once again. I didn't think this was going to be overly powerful, but we will definitely come back to this truck. We'll do a big, beefy one. And maybe we'll do a road track one, and then we'll come back and do a proper custom drag style build in the future. But let's get on with this competition. Let's see who's going to win it. We have got some friends in there who might still be in. So let's go find out before we do a couple of 1v1s. Porsche is through, the lifted Jeep's through, the Mayan is through, and so is that El Camino. Who's going to get into the final? It is the Porsche versus the Hot Wheels El Camino. Who's going to take the crown today? It is the Hot Wheels custom Chevrolet El Camino. Obviously, we lost. We went out in the very first round. We paid 800 credits to lose to a lifted Jeep, which is a bit unfortunate, but we do like to test these as they come, without any customization, without any modification as such, you know, not changing anything to do with the engine or the power output and things like that. See what they can do, and then we will come back to this one another time and make an epic drag build. But let's get on with 2 more 1v1s just so we can get a better speed of the day. In we go then to the 1v1s. 1 mile, 3 randomizations. 1, 2, 3. Our first race is against the Salem Spectre SR. I don't know what the SR stands for, but hopefully we'll do quite well. It is a bit of a better rating than we are. Let's find out if we can beat it. The GMC Syclone versus the Salem Spectre. I mean, that does look pretty good in that grey. I don't think we've actually built one of them here on the channel. Yeah, if I have, do let me know, because I've done a lot and I can't always remember. But let's try and beat it today on the drag strip. Let's just get in. Let's go. Come on, little GMC. You can do it. Off the line, into second, into third. And yeah, I didn't think we were going to win this one, if I was being truly honest. But you never know. It might top out and lose all its power, and then we might steal the win. It's doubtful. That thing is absolutely gone. But it is what it is. We're not bothered. We just like building cars and having fun while we do it. And I hope you guys enjoy watching while we do as well. Don't forget to leave me comments. I'm always happy to hear suggestions of builds you guys want to see, especially whether you want it on the drag strip, the racetrack, or that beautiful gravel track. We're always trying to beat somebody else's lap time from somebody else's build. Anyway, across the line, and what have we got? 13.134. That was a bit better than last time. In fact, quite a bit better than last time to the quarter of a mile. 34.871 to the 1 mile. Again, a little bit better with the same top speed at 219 kilometers an hour. We'll do one more 1v1. Hopefully for the final race of the day, we might be able to get a win under the belt of the GMC Syclone. Here we go then. 3 more randomizations. 1, 2, 3. And we're against the Toyota Supra again. Much better drag rating than us, but 0 tuning. But it is still on some slick tyres. Let's see if we can win our final race of the day. Who doesn't love a beautiful white Toyota Supra? That looks incredible. I do love a white Supra. I do love a Supra, to be honest with you. But we got to try and beat it with our blue, white, and clear GMC Syclone. So let's just get in. Let's go. Final race of the day. Let's try and get a win under our belt. Off we go. Into second. Into third. Can we beat the Supra? It's not quite flying past. Oh, never mind. There it goes. I should never say anything, really. Yeah, I figured we were going to lose to the Supra. Bit of a shame. I would have liked to have got a cheeky win for the GMC Syclone today, but it is what it is. Let's just get into top gear and see which one of the runs of our 3 runs today is our best run and which one's going to go down on the speeder board. Come on, little GMC. Let's just get across that finish line. There goes the Supra across the line. We are quite far behind that one. Bit of a terrible drag race, if we're being honest. There we go, across the line. What have we got? 13.101. So it was actually our best run of the day for our last run. 34.866 to the 1 mile. Slightly better than the previous run, but a slightly slower top speed at only 218 kilometers an hour. But that's the one that's going to go down on the speeder board. We are going to be on the very, very low end of the speeder board. So I'm going to get it on, find out where it is. We'll get this beautiful GMC back to the garage and see if we can sell it on for a nice little bit of profit. Well, there it is. Obviously, not the best on the drag strip for this particular version of this truck. Hopefully, we'll be able to make an epic drag strip version a little bit later on another time. But this one is a beautiful truck, but it did only manage to come 75th on the speeder board, sorry, out of 77 cars and trucks we've sent down the drag strip so far on this channel. So not the best, with a 13.101 to the quarter of a mile, a 34.866 to the 1 mile, and a top speed on that run of 218 kilometers an hour. So yeah, definitely not quite the best for this one, but it is a beautiful looking truck. And loving the new quality of life changes with all the stuff you can paint. They are absolutely fantastic. But let's talk some facts and figures. I bought the truck for 16,284 and could have sold it at a loss of 3,727. Then we spent 62,649 upgrading, modifying, tuning, and painting this beautiful truck, putting our total spend at 78,933. Can we make some money from this beautiful truck? Let's get in. Let's take a look. Well, there it is, all 100% complete. Absolutely fantastic. That engine, not the best. 280 factory, bumped up to 463 horsepower. A gain of 66%. But there we go. It's a beautiful engine, especially with the new painting options on there. Absolutely loving it. We spent 78,933. Can we make some money? No, but not only just, not quite. We can sell it for 78,445, which pits us 488 down. Not too shabby, but then we did pay 800 to enter a drag tournament and completely fail on that. So it actually leaves us with 1,288 down from this beautiful GMC truck. But there we go. I did spend a little bit extra painting. There's a few things I painted multiple times. Obviously, that does cost a bit of money. Some of it was bug fixing. So when you come to build yours, you probably can expect to make just a little bit of profit from this beautiful truck if you do one. Link in the description below. Once again, thank you so much for Payne for giving me early access. But I do believe this truck is out for everybody to play around with now. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm sure I did see it. So there we go. Link in the description. Go and grab this one for yourself. And beautiful work with French Toast for the stunning liveries that come with this one. He does beautiful liveries as always. But let's get this truck sold off. Off you go. Been a pleasure working on you. I do enjoy like a smaller style pickup truck, not the big monster things that we normally see. I do like a little one. Like a Volkswagen Caddy is one of my favourite pickup trucks of all time. You can't even call it a pickup truck. It's a Golf with a flatbed. But there we go. Let's see what we've got up next. Speaking of Golf, this is the Emden Jaeger. Obviously, it's not really a Golf. This is the law version, in my opinion, of the Volkswagen Golf. This is our competition entry. So we've made a few changes to this little beast. Let's get in and have a look. Obviously, it is the VM edition because, well, that's what it is. We got it from the auction houses. The parts are not bad, but everything else is feeling a bit sorry for itself. Did we get a good deal on this one? Whoa. Yes. Oh, I think I might have accidentally cheated the system on this one. I'll explain that in just a second, but I bought it for 11,433 and I could already sell it for 23,361, making a profit of 11,928. That really doesn't happen very often, but I think I know what I've accidentally done. So I was customizing my build, getting it ready. Hadn't quite picked the engine yet, but I had to record today's video. So I started recording the video and then I went back and finally edited the engine and all of that, but I'd already bought the car by that point. So now the engine in it is the Lotus K-Series i4 double overhead cam engine. It should be a bit of fun. We don't work with this engine very often. It's not going to be the most powerful, but I want you guys to let me know. Do you want to see this one around the racetrack or do you want to see it on the drag strip? It's only got 208 horsepower. It is front-wheel drive, but it is a little beast. I'm very much looking forward to getting this one done for you on Wednesday. So do make sure you join us back here on Wednesday where we'll be building this beautiful Emden Jaeger. What did you think of today's build, the GMC Syclone? It wasn't the fastest on the drag strip, if we are being truly honest, but it was a lot of fun and definitely a good-looking truck. Who's looking forward to the updates coming to the Quality of Life mod with new ways of painting and everything else being fantastic? But thank you very much for watching. You guys are incredible. Thank you for being here and supporting me for all this time with my channel. Just having a bit of fun playing Car Mechanic Simulator. I do enjoy it. Hope you guys do enjoy it too. If you do, leave a cheeky little like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the builds and any suggestions. I'm always happy to hear your ideas and suggestions. But mostly, thank you for watching. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, a wonderful, wonderful day. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.